Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Darcy at Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media. And I was watching a video last night. It was one of Robin McClendon's from like 2 years ago. And I have to try that now. I will link her video below. She was making a collage, but I'm not doing the collage bit. I'm just doing the bit where she did the gel plate printing. So I'm using matte paint as suggested by her. And so I got about like a tablespoon or so in there. And then you do equal amounts of isopropyl alcohol. But her alcohol she used was 50%. I have 70% in the bottle and 90% in this bottle. And I'd rather use this one. So I'm going to do half this and half water. That way it's half, you know. And she was talking about, because it's a matte paint, it won't have the binders in it that a regular acrylic paint has, so it shouldn't get all weird and whatever it is that happens when you add alcohol to. Alright, so I'm going to add a little bit of water and alcohol so that it's about the 50% like she had. I might have to add I think I added like way more liquid than I have paint, so I'm going to add a little bit more paint. Because why not? It's what I do. It's what I do. Just keep mixing until you got it the way you want it. And then maybe not put the cover on the way I just did, because that's just going to end up a mess, isn't it? Oh, and then stir it. Not with that brush. Alright, stir it with a not very special brush, I guess. And, and then the thickness should be like buttermilk, I think she said. So I might need to add more paint. Maybe, maybe not. Let me see. I don't know. It's dripping. Is it supposed to drip? I don't remember if she said you don't want it to drip. I don't know. You want it soupy. If you go watch her video, you'll be able to do it better. More right than I'm doing it. And then she glopped some on there and brayered it. Got it all gloopy and cloudy and gloopy. Whoa! I need to open a window, I think. That's stronger than I was expecting. Hold on while I open a window. Don't tell my husband. He'll be annoyed. He'll be like, it's cold out. Why are you opening a window? Take a whiff and you'll see. Alright, so you get that all soupy and goopy. I think she might have even sprayed it with some more alcohol. And then she took like a nice pretty color, like I think milled lavender will work. She did it across the bottom because that's the technique she was using. I'm going up the middle because I want all the pieces to have some of that on there. Because it's going to be a piece that somebody can then, and she was using, I believe she was using watercolor paper. So I'm just going to do that again. Of course she called it stoning. I call it crazing because I'm crazy. So crazing is, you know, a cool word. And then, you know, she got it all, soak up all the good stuff in there and everything. And then pull it up. And you have this ethereal looking print from your gel plate. And this one has a little bit of blue because there was blue on my plate. And I thought, you know, one of the people I'm sending things to is Gail at Deli, and you know she likes a little shabby chic look, and this was kind of giving shabby chic vibes. So I'm just going to do a few of these, and I'm going to try it on some other paper too, but I want to use the cardstock because that will, you know, I'm sending Gail some stencils. I mean, you'll see. I don't have to like pretend. You're going to see that's what I sent her. So she'll be, and then she's going to be part of the same gel plate collab in July. So she'll have some gel plate stuff to play with, and so will some of the other people, because I don't know. You'll have to like message me or email me or say in the comments if you know, you know, because I've talked to you and you know I'm sending you something. So if you see a favorite thing that I make that I'm talking about sending out, then just say, hey, that's what I want. And if you do it fast enough, I'll be able to do it. But I'm going to try to get everything ready to mail by tomorrow, so I can take it to the post office tomorrow. So that's kind of cool too. It's just get this like ethereal. It's just really cool. I'm gonna try it with some other paper. I have some glossy. I have some gloss. All right, and I'm trying to go across the color wheel so I don't get too crazy. So this was like, what was that one? Abandoned Coral. So it's got like some pink. And it's actually, I could just pick this up and it just kind of looks pink. We'll do that with the, oh my goodness. I have a feeling that even though, you know, there's only like a couple tablespoons of liquid in there, it's going to pick up a lot, you know what I mean? Oh, and she said movement, if it moves on the plate, that's okay. This is one time when it's okay if your stuff moves on the plate. Alright. It's a little different look. But it's gel plate. You know, I could add another layer to that too. So far the ones on the watercolor paper are my favorites so far. See, I do have the window open, even though it probably sounds like I maybe should have the window open better. But if you've been here, then you know words are not my forte. Let's see. Maybe a little bit of vanilla custard. I'm going to go in the 4 corners this time. And I use, oh, I've got plenty of this watercolor paper. I don't have to go cheapy on it. And it wasn't super expensive to begin with. But I figured if I used the 12 by 12 plate, it would give me plenty of room to play. And should be able to get, you know, the paint to the all the way to the edges on this 9 by 12. Pretty sure it's 9 by 12 paper. So the last video I did like really dark layered prints, and this time I'm doing these ethereal light prints, which I may or may not layer. It's all about the layers. Oh, what was it Mariah said? Overtaking the world one layer at a time. And that was oh shoot, I can't remember. It's Unfurling Art Daily. That's what. Oh my goodness. If you watch Patricia and Mariah, PM Artist Studio, then you know what I'm talking about. Let's try an oxide. I got the vintage photo. I mean, we know Gail likes a vintage photo. Just go up the middle. Okay, that is giving ethereal vibes, right? Let's go this way this time. I have no idea if I just, hey, we could take a piece of paper and grab the end bits too. No corner, no side left behind. I don't know. This is the glossy paper here, so it definitely takes it different. Oh, it's a little poopy. Maybe it'd do better if I did it not the oxide, but the ink instead. Ooh, picked up some of the blue, but you know, that's not too bad. See, it definitely takes it. We got a little pink happening over here. Yeah, it's kind of cool. All right, what color should? Oh, I need to do bundled sage. I think is one of the colors that Robin was doing, and that's what gave me the idea for that. And she was using tattered rose. But I don't have the tattered rose in a spray. I have it in an oxide. I do have the bundled sage though. Let's just spread it around a little bit. And then just kind of, oh, people don't need my DNA. Okay, take the hair out. No one wants that. Texture on the plate, I know, right? I know, that's what Patty's saying. It's just texture. Patty is fairy tales and fireflies. So yes, you will see my stencils popping up here and there. I've thought of other people since then. You know, since I sent out those emails. So, you know, if you haven't gotten an email from me, you hopefully will in the future if you have a channel. And, you know, I watch you and you're friendly and I'm friendly and you live, well, actually you don't even have to live in the United States because I got 3 going overseas. But hopefully, like, you know, every month or every other month I'll send out some stencils to some people that could show them nicely. Oh, that's cool. See, totally different aesthetic than I was getting in the last video. Light and airy. That was definitely not what I was doing last time. Now, I'm curious to see if I get the same effect with just adding water and not the alcohol. Because then I could do it with a not matte paint. So once this is gone, I will try that. This is Distress Oxide Uncharted Mariner. Oh no, I want to do some turquoise. I've got Seth After. Oops, sorry. My lights are... There's no natural light at the moment, so... That is interesting. Oh, I didn't take out a paper yet. But yeah, I could try it just on some cardstock to see how that does. But Robin did say that watercolor paper was the best. Was she using? She did do something with some tissue as well. I think some wet strength tissue or archival tissue or something. But that was more mark making that she did with that. I don't think she did this technique with it. See, that gave us a nice soft turquoise aqua type color. You know, like Gail loves. I just don't have the pink. Hold on. I do have, the pinks I have are, oh, that's candied apple, are mostly in brick form. I do have, oh, see, I have Tattered Rose Oxide. So I will try that. So what I'll do with that one is take one of my acrylic plates and get it all smushed on there and spray some water on it and then drip it onto the plate is what I'll do with that one. Gotta get plenty of water in that. Look, I just picked that up from over there. How is there absolutely no room for it there? Whoops. And I'm using a bigger brayer, which you don't have to use the bigger brayer, but what's nice about the bigger brayer is it spreads faster. Alright, we're going to add some Tattered Rose however we can. Could have just left them as drops to see what would happen. I know what you're saying. We'll do that next time. We just try things on here. I see somebody do something and I'm like, ooh, let's try it. And then I try it. And then you can determine if you want to try it. Maybe you do. I haven't brayered on any of this paper to see what happens either. Get that light, nice light. Alright, the pink's not really showing much, hardly at all. But there's the difference between that and the last one. So I'll add some more of the Tattered Rose. I have lipstick. Where's my lipstick? And by lipstick, I mean I have a lipstick pad because, oh my goodness, where is it? Saltwater, do I have two salt? I have two saltwater, oh, one's an ink and one's an oxide. I know I have a lipstick, but it's not where it's supposed to be. That's weird. I don't know what happened to it. Because I ended up getting a big one because my little one, you know, died or whatever. But I already tried saltwater taffy, didn't I? We already know what that does pretty much. No, I did abandon coral. All right. But first, let's do a little bit more Tattered Rose and see if we can get a little bit more of that. These stupid little things are in my way. What's this? Antique linen. Oh, maybe it's, ooh, salvaged patina. That one. Although, because it mixes the white, the other one is right. Well, I wonder what inks would do. Now you're not supposed to get water in your oxides, just FYI. But I did. But I'm not going to worry too much about it. Alright, more of this paint mixture. Good thing I'm wearing a paint shirt. I know I went out today, so sometimes I forget to put on paint shirt. And technically this has been a not paint shirt, but I painted it in a couple times, so now there's just like little bits of paint on it. And oh, did you ever forget which shirt is a paint shirt? Like you had a shirt that was your going out shirt that became a paint shirt, but you forgot, you didn't realize it, or you forgot. So then you go out in public in that shirt and sorry, and then you're out in public and you're like, oh my goodness, I look like a slob. Yeah, that happened to me when I went to the doctor yesterday. Let's spray a little bit of alcohol on that and see. I might get like little leopardy spots. I don't know. Oh! Get strong. It's strong. She's strong, that alcohol. This is what this is looking like, by the way. That will be fun to use as collage or in a project or even as a page in a journal. Wouldn't that be fun? Okay. Alright, so that one just kind of, if I do it again, I'm definitely going to spread it out. I'm not loving the pink. It's a little bit too, it's not in my face enough. I need it more in my face. I mean, if I'm going to use pink, I usually like a stronger pink. Although I like a pale pink too, but that one's more peach than pink. I mean, the saltwater taffy is going to be, that's, oh, dried marigold. Have we done an orange? I don't want to do an orange yet. Because I wanted to do saltwater taffy, that's right. Because that's like pink with just a hint of coral, sort of a corally pink, but a light bit of it. So let's see what this would look like on music paper. Because there's alcohol in it. So we have all day. No, it's going to dry fast because there's alcohol in it, actually. I do not have all day for that, but, you know. But it's a thinned out version, so the music should, oh, it does show through. And we get that ethereal look still in the color. That's kind of cool. Oh, I love this on the edge. That's like probably my favorite part. Why not? The edge. I'm living on the edge. I'm on the edge of glory. That's not the tune. That's how I sing it, but that's not the tune. Let's see, what about some dried marigold? Add a little bit of, mix in some lovely light orange shades. Oh yes, because I do have someone I'm sending to that likes orange. I won't do this one on music. See, I don't have to worry about getting the paper on there perfectly straight either, because there's not a stencil. It's just a super light, but it, you know, it still like pushes the music to the background just a tiny bit. Alright, this, oh my goodness, I'm gonna pause to use this up, and then we're gonna try it with water and regular acrylic, because not everybody has matte paint. Alright, this is the last one I'm pulling with the one with the alcohol, because I know if Robin were to watch this, she'd be like, you didn't use enough paint. How do I know that? Because she used like way more paint. That's how I know that. I'll do bundled sage again. I know I don't need that much spray either, but I'm doing something different than what Robin did. But yeah, she had it like super soupy like this, and then she picked it up. Oh, and she also sometimes would spray it with the alcohol, but I don't want to. I don't want to smell the alcohol anymore. Ooh, it definitely, see, so soupy that it moves. She said that was a good thing. Got a little blue on there from before. So it didn't cover the whole thing, but that's okay. I mean, it's not like we don't have enough here to make another pull. Let's pull it with the music this time. The problem is, my music book has gotten, oh, there we go. My music book had like a tear in it, so it was not tearing straight on the edge, but then a few pages came off and I was fine. So that really pushed it back. It's just the lightest green, you can't even see it hardly. I don't know. It's still kind of cool though. Alright, let's pull one more. just to try to clean the plate off a little bit. Now this is not a scientific experiment. I'm going to use the same cup, which does have a little alcohol in it and a little bit of the matte paint. So, you know, it's not like a science, and I'm not changing plates either, so let's go ahead and I think I want to do a cream this time. So this is Buttermilk, the Deco Arts. It is not a matte paint, and it is already a little bit thinner. What the heck? And it's got a glue booger in it, I think. Not a glue, I always call them glue boogers. I don't know, they're paint boogers. See? It's a paint booger. It's literally like pulling a booger, a long booger out of a kid's nose, except it's a paint bottle. That's all I'm saying. Alright, it's going to mix in a little bit of that. And we're going to add water. Water would be nice. About the same amount of water. Not doing alcohol this time, just water. Bless you. Just to thin it down. And we have like a creamier color. Alright, that might be, that's definitely thinner than last time. So we'll add some more paint to get the thinness we want. Now we want it thin because we want it slippery. It's still too thin. Oh, actually I don't need to do that all. I'll be adding like so much paint I'll never use it if I keep doing that. Let's just grab the Liquitex. Liquitex? Art Smith. Oh my goodness. Someday I'm going to learn how to read and say words. Someday. Not today. And because I'm using water, I don't have to worry about it binding up. We'll have probably a shinier result because it's an acrylic, which is, you know, plastic. It's still a little more like water than buttermilk. I think it'd be at least a little bit thick. So I'll be here doing this all night because every time I add paint, I add more. It's going to be more and more pulls. Mix it in good. Make sure there's no boogers in there. Not people boogers, just paint boogers. Alright, and because there was a little bit of alcohol in the cup, that could be why I'm getting a little bit of, I guess that's what can happen to regular acrylic paint. If you add alcohol to it, you can get lumps. I'm not too worried about it because, you know, at least it's not as thin as it was. It's still pretty thin though. So, you know, we're testing apples and oranges because, well, that's just what we're doing. But we're getting it on there. And then, oh, the Festive Berries, even though like it's really dark to use, it wasn't so bad on here. Because it really, you know, lights it up, lights it up. It's on fire. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, don't you just love that noise? Probably not. Probably freaks you out every time it happens, huh? And if we use the brayer, then, you know, if one side doesn't look good, the other one might have some merit to it. Don't have to leave it down for long. We got stripy stripes across there. It's going to get cut down to, I forget what size, but to a smaller size. So that's not a big deal. Let's add some, see, it's gloopy, and I'm not sure if that's just that some of the boogers got in there, the paint boogers from the first bottle, or because there was some alcohol in there, or what. Maybe a little bit more. But once I brayer it out, it should, I'll just, if there's still any lumpy bumpies, I'll just, but yeah, that Robin said not, that if you do put alcohol in your regular acrylic paint, to just do a little bit at a time. That's basically what she said. Because, yeah, things will happen. That is like scientific things probably, like, you know, because we got chemicals mixing. I should have just taken them all out beforehand, and then you wouldn't have to keep listening to this, right? Oops. Well, that's more peachy than I expected. Oh wait, what did, oh, because I just added the rusty hinge. A little bit of the blue is showing through, so that was that one. So it's still getting that ethereal look. It'll be a little more shiny in the other than the other ones at the end. But yeah, got bumpy lumpies, lumpy lumps. Crush those lumps. Lumpy paint, what are you doing here? Alright, I'm gonna do, where did it go? I have a weathered wood oxide, that's what I want. My husband is home, can you tell? Oh, and earlier they were watching the antique show on the UK PBS. You know, it's two celebrities, which they're probably better well known in the UK than here. There's been a couple I haven't had to look. Well, Haley Mills I didn't have to look up. I knew who she was. And they drive. The two celebrities, actors. Well, see, last night or not last night because I think I missed it last night. But they were rugby players earlier this week and whatnot. The two guys that were on tonight both had, like, one had a children's show. Something about Tom and Jerry. I don't know. But anyway, basically their goal is to, their goal is to make money, but really it ends up just being who can lose the least amount of money while they go to antique shops and buy things to resell at auction, which is really kind of backwards because you're not going to make a lot of money that way. I'm like, you know, there's a reason these antique shops go to estate sales, because that's where you make the money, not from buying and reselling from antique stores. But, you know, it's a nice premise for a show. It's kind of interesting. Oh, I think Miriam, I can't remember her last name. The one who's never watched Friends. If you watch Graham Norton, you know what I'm talking about. She's also got another show now, right? With that other guy that used to host Masterpiece Theater. There's not a lot going on there. That is going to get another layer for sure. In fact, let's see. Let's just bumpy bumpies. So you can get the ethereal look just by doing the water and the regular acrylic paint. You can. You totally can. Let me, oh, I love this color. I'm looking for my other weathered wood. Weathered wood. It's almost gone. Can you tell I use it a lot? This one is the spray stain. Some of these are oxides, some of these are spray stains. But I think this one would do really nicely with this. Of course, now I've just, where's that plain? This one's kind of plain. We're gonna layer some of that on top. There we go. See, now we have some of the cream showing through, but some of the blue on top. And this one doesn't have much on it. So go ahead and pick some of that up. So yeah, I always joke and say, you know, really all they're doing is seeing who loses the least amount of money. Sometimes they actually, you know, make more than what they started with, but hardly ever. They start with $400. And it's usually less than $400 everybody takes home at the end of the night. So, or the weekend or week or whatever it is. And they get like a antique dealer type, you know, people who know antique, people in the know in the antique field to help them. And they drive around in these antique cars. If you've seen it, you can say if you know what show I'm talking about, tell people in the comments, because I can't remember what it's called. We watch it almost every night, but do you think I remember what it's called? No, I do not. I just pulled Balmy Night, which is also one of my favorites. Oh, look at that. That's nice. That'll be super ethereal, won't it? Take some of these that I don't like as much and just cover it with that, huh? It's moving. Moving and it's grooving. Let's see what we get if we just let it move and do its thing. Well, we get stuff in the middle and not on the edges, but that's alright. Oh, and see, apparently you could also just brayer it on like that too, because that is some interesting stuff happening as well. There we go. Look at that. That's going to take a minute to dry. I kind of want to brayer it out a little bit, but I don't. I do, but I don't. Because there's some interesting things happening and I don't want to lose too much of it. I super lightly brayer it. So I don't know. It's not bright enough in here for this, but it's just super subtle and ethereal, and that's the whole point. So I need these to dry. Let's see, this one still could use something. Whoa, that was dangerous. Okay. So now we got some nice grunginess on there. And I could go, I mean, if you don't want ethereal and you want grunge, well, that is not too hard to get to, because we will just grab some of our browns and, oh, I had pumice stone a minute ago. Where'd that go? Pumice stone, pumice stone, pumice stone. I don't know how to look on the cream because it wasn't on cream before. So, yep, I'm going through a whole book of, in 2 sections, I'm going through a whole book. Well, how many pages is it? It was 30 pages, so 30 pages, 30 watercolor cold press of the oh, I never did tell you what it was. The Artisto. I didn't think about telling you because I told you in the previous video, but not everybody watches every video I make. Why? Why don't you watch all my videos? Don't you love me? Alright, see, that is, see, it's just super subtle. But it would make a nice background. I mean, really. Oh, I want peeled paint. Oh, and I want, yep, the moss. Oh, and maybe that one. Could add some shiny, but that would really be like ethereal, right? If I added some of the stuff with the mica in it. Because then it would be, I know Robin would say I'm not getting this thick enough, but hers was like super thick. I'm telling you right now, it was like a bath. It's a bath of paint on there. Okay, and then go back this way a little bit. Oh yeah, it is rolling. I'm like, is my brayer even rolling? I can't even tell. Rolling, 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 rolling. All right, I'm gonna add some water. Well, this is one of the things I've been meaning to do, is add water. And let's see if there's a boring one. Like, this one's not boring per se, but I'm just not in love with it. It's gonna be weird on that though. Let's see. Kind of more neutrally one. I like that one. I like that one. I like that one. That one's really subtle. Like this one. Oh, I didn't love this one. It just looks like it's got the chicken pox. So we're gonna cover the chicken pox one. I know, if you loved it, I'm sorry. Unless it comes out like way better and cooler. Ooh, it's got a little bit of blue coming up in there too. Alright, I like that. It's got a little teal on the edges a little bit. I'm just gonna let that dry like it is. Those are my colors. Those are colors that I really like. This one, I don't know, I could use a little something. Not necessarily this. Why is that all swirly in the middle, I wonder? I'd have done the other side and then people could pick. Or people would be like, why are you making me pick? Well, actually, you could, because, you know, you could pick one for one thing and one for another. I like that a little bit better. I think we need a little bit more blue on these a little bit more now. Blue and green, like... Did I get out? Yeah, I had the other withered wood. Oh, I don't have a frayed burlap in a, I was going to try to go more grungy, wasn't I? So I do have, I've got walnut stain, the oxide here. Well, I don't know how that one's going to look. Or if it's, okay, it didn't want to spray for me. It was getting stuck. Alright. Grab some paper. Oh, this is the last one. After this, I'll just do music paper or some other paper. So I'm pretty sure 30 pieces is going to be enough to send out the stencils. So. Even if I do 2 in each package. Because everybody can use them in their art, whether they're going to do the collab or not. That's cool. But the ones that have alcohol in them, I won't send overseas, just in case. Alright, there's this cool thing happening right here. I really want to brayer that out. I do, but I don't. Don't worry, I won't. What's this one got? Oh, I like that one. That one's not my favorite, but somebody will like that one because it's kind of a lilac and turquoise. Let's see. What do I have here? I'll show you them all at the end too. This one does not have much of anything on it, so let's just go ahead and get something on it. We got little something happening there. Somebody could do some stenciling and stamping on that to make it even more interesting. But now it's been on the gel plate, so it's officially a gel plate. This one has some cool stuff happening to it. Okay, those are packable. Just grab some of this music page. What other paper was I thinking of using? Like, oh, cardstock or maybe some. What do I have here? I'm still here, just not paying much attention to you. Cool, let's try some deli paper and see how it does on deli paper. I don't think it's going to do quite the same thing because it's a more slick surface, but we'll try it just the same. Get it all on there, thick and gloopy. So the first paint I used was Top Notch Matte White. Pretty sure it's just white. I don't think it has any like fancy name for white. You know how people do. I'm going to do some blue and some brown maybe, and some of the, where is it, peeled paint, and just kind of, I'm going to go both. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Interesting. And we're just going to lay that down on the smushiness. I need to move it around a little bit because I'm not moving, well, the whole plate is moving, but also this sheet was like totally moving. That's interesting. Oh, now we just changed it completely. That's all right. It's still got like that ethereal look. That was the whole point here, right? Was for to get the ethereal look. And now we have like wrinkly bits. If I let that dry, that would be really, really, all right, fine, I'll let that dry. Oh, that needs a pickup on it. There it is. Because why would I know where all my, I'm going to let that dry. Because I think it will be a cool pickup because of the wrinkles and whatnot. Oh, I know I need to figure out how to do my stupid share. I'm aware. I am so aware, it's just ridiculous. I'm a little too aware. Maybe you are too, I don't know. Tell my not my doctor, the medical girl, whoever was doing my vitals and asking me a million questions. I was like, pretty sure I have undiagnosed autism. Pretty sure I'm on the spectrum. Alright. And different plates do different things. Like this one's giving us a lot more crazing or stoning or whatever it is you like to call it in your world. Alright, that's just cream. Weathered wood? Weathered wood? Let's go this way. Because that'll be a little more unexpected maybe. And just, oh, we're just moving around a little bit. Make sure we get the edges, the corners. That's what we didn't do the other times we did that. It's just the slightest little bit of blue. And it's very wet. And what if we add the peeled paint again? Alright, I kind of just don't want to do anything. I like all that's happening there. That's kind of cool. So yeah, let me know if you give this ethereal look a try. I think you can just do water and paint. I don't think you have to go doing the alcohol unless you want to do it the way that Robin did it. Alright, that's cool. Alright, let's just keep playing. I'm just going to keep playing. Well, well, this is almost gone. That actually did not go as far as I thought it would. Although that would have been cool to let dry and pick up too, but that's alright. Alright, so we've got green in there. And a booger. Paint booger. Just wipe it on our drop paper. Oh, who is it that always does? I think Jackie Bernardi does this. She sprays the alcohol on there. Oh, that's giving good stuff. Okay. Let's just go ahead and pick that up. It's moving. I'm okay with that. We'll just make sure we get our edges. That's the only thing. So more of that ethereal look. Glad I have my window open. A little less ethereal where the alcohol was on the plate. Oops. Alright. And let's see, we've got green. Let's do weathered wood again. I'm just going to kind of spray that around and just gently do that. And come in and pick it up. And that gave some interesting, now we've got some little spatula bits happening there. Okay, let's put some of this on here first and then add the, well, we don't have much paint left, that's the problem. I'll probably let this dry out and then put some stuff in it to get, so that the paint, I can have it be solid when I can put it in the trash then. Alright. So yeah, you can mix your inks and your paints. Did you know that? It's fun. I mixed all kinds of crazy stuff a couple years ago. Whoops. And that is cool. I'm glad I did it. And then the paint, this paint's a little bit more opaque than the white one was. Maybe that's why she does alcohol instead of the water, because it keeps it more opaque. But she was doing it on a white background anyway, so it didn't really matter. But that is cool. What's next? I don't think I have any more of this left. This is gone. She gone. She gone. She gone. This is why I like weathered wood. It gives a nice pretty slate blue or gray blue. I like it. I waited a long time to get it because it was out of stock everywhere for quite a long time before I finally found it in stock and was able to get some. In case you're wondering. Isn't that cool? That's cool. Kind of. Oh no. I mean, I just wanna. I can. It's my thing. I can if I wanna. Alright, let's see. Is this thing dry enough to put paint on to pick up now? Now, it's light, it's got green, it's got whatever. What do we want to pick it up with? And do I want to add any sprays? No, I don't want to add any. It's almost dry. It's pretty dry. It has greens and peaches and whatnot. What if I pick it up with pink? Pink or champagne? I think I'm going to mix the... I wish I had a lighter pink. I don't have a lighter pink, so I'm going to mix that with some lighter color. And it's cream, so might even end up being more peach, but that's alright. Just kind of spread that out there. Moving it across. And then I will let that sit for a bit so that it can absorb the things. So it can get that first layer up. And let me go ahead and just grab a piece of deli paper and clean off the outside edges. There we go. So, I don't know what to call this. I mean, for once, I knew what I was going to do when I made my video, but I'm still like, Heavenly Gelplate printing? I don't know. I'm not good at naming things. I think that was a good example of what. See, look at that. So cool. Okay. Oh no, I did put some in. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because my edges had like paint on them and they never got really touched during this process. Alright, so that's cool. that needs to sit for longer, right? I'm sure it does. Yeah, it does. I know it does. I'm just impatient. I know how gel plate printing. I've been doing this a little while. All right. Now, let's see what we have produced in this short time. If you look at the last video, you'll see the things I produced in the last video, which were also, you know, some... Oh, this is on the glossy laser print paper. Since I can't put it through my printer, I just... Ooh, I should save it to use on the laser printer at my client's house, because she said I could print stuff on there if I wanted to. So that one came out nice and pink. This one is on the... I wish I had better light. This one is on watercolor paper. This one's on the glossy paper. This one I was picking up the edges. It's super nice and grungy. I think Patty will like that one. Let's see. Then we have some weathered wood. I mean, anything oceany. Oh, this... Tammy would probably like that. It's oceany. She likes oceany stuff. And then there's that one. Is anybody counting? I'm not counting. Somebody I can count and say in the comments how many I made in this short 40. Well, I stopped the camera for a little, so in about an hour, I'd say. I don't think I was off camera for too long. And we got a piece of deli paper. Isn't that lovely? Isn't she lovely? And whatever ones are left over, I'll use, and I'll put some in. They'll go in. I'll be having at some point, I'm going to have some gel plate packs of scraps to go out. So some of these will hopefully end up in that. There's that one. Oops. And that one. That's a little more purpley than pink. I'm not sure what you're seeing. Everything just looks dark to me. But then my camera might not have its brightness all the way up either. So that affects things. But I mean, it's subtle. It's super subtle. But if you want a background that's subtle, then you've got it. And that was a pickup one. I don't know, is that a half a one? Can you even count that? And this one, you can add stenciling and stamping and whatnot. That's got no paint on it. That doesn't really have paint on it. This one, I think, was the walnut stain. Even though it kind of looks purpley to me. And this one has some of that green. I don't know which green. The bundled sage, maybe? Time to wash my hands. And, oh no, maybe it's the peeled paint, because I think this one's the peeled paint in the forest moss. And this one is probably Mermaid Lagoon oxide with some of the wilted violet oxide in the background. This one, I think, has some of the weathered wood, maybe. This one has a couple layers. I think weathered wood might be part of it, or pumice stone, something. This one has, it had the festive berries in this layer, and then I added some of the rusty hinge in the next layer. Those were the inks, not the oxides. And this one, I got a lot done, didn't I? I'll have to wait till somebody says in the comments how many I did. Or I'll count them after I'm done. I'm not going to go back through and count them right now. That was, I think, the saltwater taffy, or it might have been the abandoned coral. I can't remember. This one had the Izinks ink. So to that one, I think it's called, I don't see it. Oh, here it is. The Izink turquoise is what's on that one. This one has, I mean, if you get it in a good natural light, you're going to see that there's several different colors in there. Like a little bit of the, I think, but the sage and the tattered rose and the vintage photo. I think this one was vintage photo oxide. This was the first one we did. It might be my favorite one. I don't know. It was before the plate got dirty. I could have cleaned off my plate in between. Robin did. But, you know, she's a better gel plater than me, so. She's the queen. Well, so is P, but, you know, and there's another half, so that makes a whole, right? I always, after the video turns off, I always end up finding another one or two that ended up somewhere under my chair, or I don't see anymore. I think that's all of them. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a delightful day, and see you in the next video. Well, I always say that, and then I'm like, I'm not going to see you. You'll see me. My hands might start out clean, but they won't stay that way. They never do. I don't know. So bye. I'm going to count these now, and then I'll turn off the video, just in case in case you didn't count and you want to know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. I'm not counting that one. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. This one's still a little bit wet. 29, 30. That one's still wet too. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. And if you count the one that still needs to get pulled, which I should wait to pull it, but I'm not gonna. Too impatient. I will probably rip the paper and leave some behind. I'll still end up with something good to use though. Oh. Even though this makes it an odd number, right? So I don't know what I was thinking. So if you don't want it to rip, wait for it to fully dry. Just saying. Because generally this paper is strong enough, because I've used it before and left it for a long time before pulling it. But, and I didn't crack the edges like I knew I'm supposed to. I know, it's just painful to watch. But, you know, maybe nobody's here to watch. Because I already said goodbye. And who wants to watch a lady count her pages that she did? And also, if this is 39, then we have to count this as 40, because then it's an even number. Just saying. Got a little thick piece of paint there. Huh. I could have been smart, but I don't know. You guys have been here a while. You know, I don't do smart. I do impatient is what I do. Alright. Losing whole pieces of paper, but you know what you do with that paper? That is like plain on here? You just ink it with something else. Or you just add a little stamping to it. Or dry ink, wet ink, doesn't really matter. Yeah, I should just stop. But what, it's, well, you'd think it was later than 8:30, but it's about 8:30 at night. So you'll just be seeing this like shortly after I actually made it. As I had a busy day. I worked and just stop. There we go. And then I had to go pick up my prescription yesterday at the doctor's appointment, just regular physical type. Didn't do a physical like I used to get physicals. I'm like, they get lazy with their physicals now. But probably get on some new medication. She doesn't like one of the medications I'm on, so she wanted me to stop. But now I'll have like one doctor for all my stuff now, so that's good. Because when I was trying to avoid doctors and go into just the urgent care people, they would just refer me out to everything. Of course, I just wouldn't go anywhere. I did go to the endocrinologist. And I was like, why do I need to go to all these people? So I finally went to the place I used to go to, but the doctor that I had left. Because, you know, he was good. So Kaiser took him up. Kaiser took him away from the public health system. And, but, you know, I knew the staff there was good and nice and everything. So I was like, you know what? I'll go back there. So I am. I'm back there, and the doctor I picked ended up being a nice doctor. That did not pick up what, like, I don't see all the, maybe it wasn't quite dry. I thought it was pretty dry, though, but remember all the wrinkly bits? Not seeing that. But it's looking pretty pink. So whoever likes pink the most with a little bit of navy blue thrown in or dark blue might get this. Actually, these ones I don't need to make the envelope stiffer, so I might actually just cut this into smaller pieces, and so people will get more smaller scraps to play with. So that's it for me for real this time. So that was even 40. Is that what we ended up with? I hope you all have a delightful day. Love you. Now I gotta figure out a picture to take for the thumbnail. That's always the hardest bit. Still don't have a title either. Alright, bye for real, for real. I love you guys.